Good morning, all of you. Welcome to your English language live class. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 17, transformation of sentences. Now, this chapter holds a great importance in English language with respect to your board examination, because in your class 10 as well as in your class 12, you'll be getting a lot of questions mainly from this topic. So you need to be very attentive and focused while attending the classes on this particular chapter. Now, transformation of sentences, what do you mean by this topic? See, there are various ways in which you can express yourselves, isn't it? There are many ways of saying, of conveying the same thing to people. So the basic motive or purpose of learning this chapter is to learn how to say the same thing in different manner, right? So in different manner, same thing means you have to change the form of the sentence in such a way that you don't alter the meaning of the sentence. You are not supposed to change the meaning of the sentence. Fine. So when you will be given a question, see how questions are asked from here. A sentence will be given and you will be asked to write the same sentence in a different manner. So the instruction will be given to you in the bracket that what way you have to write that sentence. But you have to make sure that while changing the sentence, while transforming the sentence, you don't have to change the sentence, you have to transform. And there's a difference between change and transform, right? So transform means to change its form, but not its meaning. All right, so you have to make sure that you don't change the meaning of the sentence, because if you'll be changing the meaning of the sentence, then you won't be getting any marks. It will be a wrong sentence, it will be a wrong transformation. All right, is that thing clear to everyone? What does transformation mean? So transformation of sentences it is. Let's look at the first type of transformation, that is how do you replace the word to with so that, and it is vice versa. How do you replace the word so that with to? Okay, so it goes both the ways. Look at the first sentence. She is too weak to walk. Now this sentence will be given to you as question, and it will be asked that you have to remove to. So how will you write the same sentence? How will you convey the same meaning, the same sentence without to? So whenever the word to is given and you have to write a sentence without to, so we always replace it with so that. Okay, you always replace it with so that. So you can look at the sentence. She is so weak that she cannot walk. So we have to write this, we have to write the second part of the sentence as a negative form, as a negative sentence. So she is too weak to walk. That means she is so weak that she cannot walk. This not also has to be there. Understood? Now, if the sentence, if this question sentence is negative, right? He is too clever not to see through your tricks. So in the while transforming the sentence, you have to drop this word not. He is so clever that he sees through your tricks. Okay, here you will not write that he cannot see through your trick. So why? Because the first sentence already has not. So when you are transforming it by removing to, then you have to drop the word not. So he is so clever that he sees through your tricks, that he can see through your trick. Okay, like this you have to change. Now, another kind of transformation is interchanging of degrees of comparison. This we have already done under adjective. Okay, when we did adjectives in the very beginning. So we have already done this. Still, I have taken this up again. So let us look how we can change, how we can transform a sentence, degree of comparison in a sentence. So he runs as fast as a deer. Where is the adjective here? Fast, and it is given in positive form. So how do we convert a positive degree into comparative degree? A deer does not run faster than he or him. Okay, here him can also be written. So a deer doesn't run faster than him. So when a positive degree is there and it is in it is an affirmative sentence, okay, so when you transform it into comparative, you have to write that sentence in a negative form, right? And why are we writing does? because here the sentence is in simple present. So everything you have to take into consideration. Here you cannot write a deer cannot run faster than he or him. That will be incorrect. Okay. How do you have to write not? You have to write along with not along with a do verb. Why? Because the first sentence, as you can see, is in which form? Is in which tense? Simple present, right? And how do you write the negative form of a simple present tense? By using a do verb, do, does. Okay, that is why we have used does not. Are you getting this point? Runs. How do you write the negative form of runs? We write it as does not run. Then, second question, second sentence, hydrogen is the lightest of all gases. See, if the sentence is in superlative form, so it can be written both in comparative and positive. So how do we write, how can we write a superlative degree into comparative degree? Hydrogen is lighter than any other gas. Okay, all the gases is changed into any other gas, so it is lighter than any other gas, conveying the same thing. Then no gas is as light as hydrogen. So again, what we are doing, we are writing a negative sentence for this, because no gas is as light as hydrogen, since hydrogen is the lightest of all gases. Understood? So this is how we change the degrees of comparison in a sentence. Then, as you people know, there are different types of sentences, like assertive sentence or declarative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and interrogative sentence. And under assertive sentence, again, we have two kinds of sentences, affirmative and negative. Affirmative means positive sentences, and negative, you know, negative sentences, right? So we have to learn the transformation of these type of sentences also. So affirmative to negative. See, in order to change an affirmative sentence which has an auxiliary verb with a verb or adjective or adverb into a negative sentence, we should add not after the auxiliary verb and use the opposite meaning of the verb or adjective or adverb in negative sentence. Right? So when a sentence is given in affirmative form, that is positive form, so we have to locate for the auxiliary verb. What are auxiliary verb? Who can tell me what are auxiliary verbs? Yes, Divyanshi.
Some is, was,
Yes, correct. So these helping verbs are known as auxiliary verbs, right? So they are, we have to locate for that. Then we have to write the word not next to it, because we have to change it into negative. And as soon as we write the word not in a sentence or no in a sentence, then it, or never in a sentence, then it becomes what? Becomes negative. Okay. And after writing not, we have to also change, we also have to write the opposite meaning of the verb or adjective or adverb which is given in the question sentence. We will understand it when we will look at the examples. Like here, this sum is easy. This is the question which is given in affirmative form, affirmative sentence. So what did I tell you? That you have to look for the auxiliary verb. Where is the auxiliary verb? Here, right? Although here it is acting as the main verb, still for the sake of your understanding, I am referring to it as auxiliary verb. Okay, so is. Now when you will be transforming the sentence, and when you will be writing this into negative form, what do you have to add? You have to add the word not next to auxiliary verb. Now if you see, if we don't write difficult, instead of difficult, if we would have written easy, this sum is not easy, so the meaning would have changed. Okay, this sum is easy, this sum is not easy. So then the meanings are different. But what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to write, to express that sentence in the same manner. I mean, having the same meaning. So how will it have the same meaning? So if you are saying that something is easy, and if you are saying something is not difficult, that means you are saying the same thing. Okay. So if you say that she's a good girl, and then if you say she's not a bad girl, means the same thing, right? So that is what was written in the rule, that you, after writing not, you have to replace the word, the adjective or whatsoever is given with its opposite meaning, so that you don't change the meaning of the sentence. Understood? Yes, good. Now, second, she is running fast. Now here, auxiliary verb is, and you are writing the word not. Now, as soon as you write the word not, you have to write down the opposite also. So what is the opposite of fast? Slow. She's running fast. She's not running slow. Same meaning, but different forms of sentences. The first sentence is affirmative and the second sentence is negative. But both of the sentences have the same meaning, right? Next, he has succeeded in his attempt. Now, has is also an auxiliary verb. Okay, so he has succeeded in his attempt. So we will write not next to the auxiliary verb, next to the helping verb. So he has not. Here it is written succeeded. And what is the opposite of succeeded? Failed. So he has not failed in his attempt. Okay, so he has succeeded in his attempt. He has not failed in his attempt. That means the same thing. So we are not changing the meaning, but we are just transforming the sentences, changing the form of the sentences from affirmative to negative. Okay, and this also goes the other way around. Like if you are given a negative sentence and you are asked to change it into affirmative, then you have to remove the word not and again replace the word, the adjective with its opposite. Are you understanding? If the question would have been this one, this sum is not easy, this sum is not difficult, so how would you write it? This sum is easy. Okay, so it is whatever you are learning, whatever I'm teaching you, it can be asked either ways, from affirmative to negative also and from negative to affirmative also. So you have to keep in mind both the things. Okay, children. Now, if in a sentence your helping verb is not given, right? If the sentence is simple present or simple past, then what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to write, you're supposed to include the do verb, because I have already explained this thing to you when we were doing the tenses, that when a sentence is in simple past or in simple present, there you will not find the helping verbs. They are hidden. Do verbs are hidden in positive degree, in positive sentences. Right. So what are we supposed to do? We have to add do not, does not, or did not, depending upon the tense of the sentence. Like here, speak the truth. So here, no helping verb is given. But fine, this sentence is in simple present form. So we will write do not tell a lie. The opposite part will remain the same. Okay, but the auxiliary verb thing, you have to use the word do, does, or did, depending upon the tense of the sentence. Like here, she remembered me. So the sentence is in simple past, remembered, right? So what is the helping verb which we use for past tense? Do verb. It is did. So she did not. Then what is the opposite of remembered? Forget. So she did not forget me. Now one thing again you have to pay attention to is that while writing the verb along with a do verb, you have to write the verb in its main form, original form. You will not write the past tense, because when you have written did, that means you have already changed the sentence into past. Then she rejected my proposal. She did not accept my proposal. Reject, opposite of reject is accept. And how have we changed it into negative? By using did not. So in all these three sentences, you're not finding any helping verb exclusively. Okay, you have to see that in present, simple present tense, it's very simple. See, in simple present tense and in simple past tense, you have to use do not, does not in simple present tense, and did not in simple past tense. Fine. Have you people understood till here? Now ask, if you people have any doubt, just ask. Then I'll continue further. Okay. Yes, Divyanshi.
Ma'am, I want to ask that in one slide there was one sentence. He is a deer does not run faster than he. So, ma'am, can we write a deer does not run faster than him?
Him, yes, he or him, both are correct. Okay, any other doubt? Have you people understood these 3 rules? Yes, Vishnu.
Ma'am, if the sentence is the wall is painted in with white color, ma'am, what will negative?
See, with white color, here you cannot, these type of sentences will not be given because a specific color has been given, right? White color. So there is no opposite of white. If you think that you will be writing black, so here it will not work. Okay? So that when something exclusive is given, that is not given, that is not asked. Something particular is given, that is not asked, that we don't ask you to transform. But something which is in general in nature, that is asked, like easy, difficult, for the where the opposites are there. But here you are specifying the color, no? So you cannot write an opposite for the color. It can be all the colors. Or you can write, if at all you want to write, then you can write the wall is not painted with a non-white color. That is what you can write. Otherwise, that is something specific and particular. So that does not fit over here. Any other doubt? So are all these 3 rules clear to everyone? I want to see your thumbs ups. All right then. So we'll move ahead. Now, there are some more rules while changing affirmative to negative. Like must is changed into cannot, but, or cannot help. Like we must read attentively. We cannot but read attentively. We cannot help reading attentively. So when the word must is there in a sentence, right? So you have to replace it with cannot but or cannot help. When you are replacing it with cannot but, then you have to write read only, but the verb as it is only. But when you are replacing it with cannot help, then you have to write the ing form of the verb. Are you able to locate spot the difference between the two? We cannot but read attentively. We cannot help reading attentively. So when you are choosing, you can write in either ways, but when you are choosing the second form, then you have to write down the ing form of the verb. And when you are using cannot but, then you can write the verb as it is. Now, in affirmative sentence, if a word like every is given, so we use nobody for every, then we have to put the opposite. So whenever you are changing affirmative to negative, just remember that you have to write the opposite word. Fine. Opposite word for after every. Like let us see. Everyone hates him. Right? So everyone will get changed into nobody, and hates will change into loves. So nobody loves him. Everybody hates him, nobody loves him. So the same thing. Everybody wants to win, nobody wants to lose. So you have to see where you have to replace, which word you have to replace with its opposite. Now to change an affirmative sentence which has as soon as. So what do we use? We use no sooner had or no sooner did. Okay, and then than must be used between the two clauses. We will understand how we do this. See, as soon as she finished her speech, the light went out. So there are two clauses in this sentence. So in the first clause, we use no sooner. And in the second clause, we use than, not then. Sudhanshu, pay attention. So most of you are in the habit of writing THEN. That is not supposed to be written over here. THAN, than. So no sooner had she finished her speech than the light went out. So as soon as is replaced with the no sooner. Actually here it will be no sooner did she finish her speech than the light went out. I'm so sorry for the typing error. This sentence is incorrect. No sooner did she finish her speech than the light went out. This is your correct sentence. Okay? Fine. So this here we changed. Okay, why have we not written, why have we changed had with did? Because if you look at the sentence, if you look at the question, the first clause is in simple past, isn't it? So while changing a simple past into negative, what do we write? Did not. Okay. If the sentence had was in perfect form in the sentence only, in the question only, as soon as she has had finished her speech, the light went out. So if the have verb was there in the sentence itself, then we write no sooner had or no sooner has. No sooner had only, not has. Okay, but since the sentence, the first clause is in simple past, that is why we are using did and not had. Understood? So when the question, if it would have been written in this manner, as soon as she had finished her speech, the light went out, then this sentence would have been correct. But here, since it is used in simple past, so we will be writing did not. Okay? Now let us practice these many questions. Questions based on these many rules. Okay? If you people have understood. Any doubt so far? Yes, Divyanshi.
Ma'am, can you explain me this changing of must into cannot, but I didn't understand.
You just have to remember that while you change must, okay, into negative, any sentence which has must, so how will you change it into negative? There are two ways. Must is changed into cannot but and cannot help. You don't change it into must not. Okay, if you will change it into must not, then what will you write? What opposite word will you write? Sorry.
And the meaning would
Yes, that is why you have to use cannot but and cannot help. Okay, so when you will, this is the structure. When you write cannot but, then you have to write the verb as it is. But when you write cannot help, then you have to write the ing form of the verb. Okay. All right, so here are 5 sentences for you people. You have to rewrite the following sentences by removing the adverb to. Quickly take a note of all these 5 sentences and all of you are supposed to write down the answers. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Do. Yes, Juveria.
The news is so good that it cannot be true.
Very good. The news is so good that it cannot be true. I hope all of you have written the same answer. Tasneem?
The oranges are so cheap that they cannot be fresh.
Correct. The oranges are so cheap that they cannot be fresh. Fine. Next. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. She speaks so fast that it cannot be understood.
Not it. She.
She speaks so fast that she cannot be understood.
Yes, good. She speaks so fast that she cannot be understood. If anybody has made any mistake, so keep on rectifying it. Yes, who is this? Athar Singh.
He is too short. He is so short that he cannot play basketball.
Correct. He is so short that he cannot play basketball. Yes, Aditi. Last one.
This pill is so big that the child cannot swallow it.
Very good. This pill is so big that the child cannot swallow it. Okay. Let's see what we have in the next slide. Kindly lower down your hands, all of you. Thank you. Okay, so we have another set of rules. Should we proceed? Are you in the mood? Yes. So I see many of them want to learn. So let's do it for another 5 or 10 minutes. Now, assertive to interrogative and vice versa. Okay. Let us see. Rule number 1. If the sentence is in the affirmative form, then you have to change it into negative interrogative. If it is in negative form, then you have to change it into bare interrogative. Let us see what does this mean. Okay, he was very gentle. So as you see, this sentence is affirmative. So when the sentence is in affirmative one, then while changing it into interrogative, you have to use the word not in it. Okay, like wasn't he very gentle or was he not very gentle? So if you are writing the contracted form, then you will write it like this. But if you want to write the expanded form, was not, then you have to write the noun or the pronoun after the auxiliary verb and then not. Okay, so between was and not, you have to use the subject. Please pay attention to the differences. Wasn't he? Was he not? This is the way of writing an interrogative sentence. Fine. So he is not a good person. The sentence is given in negative form. Okay. He is not a good person. So this sentence is negative in nature. So while changing it into interrogative, you have to write bare interrogative. That means a positive one. You don't have to use the word not in it. So is he a good person? Here you're not going to use not. So when try to understand the concept. When the declarative sentence is in positive form, then for that change, when you change it into interrogative, you have to write a negative interrogative sentence. But if your declarative sentence is negative in nature, then while transforming it into interrogative sentence, you have to write a positive interrogative. That means you don't have to use the word not in it. Fine. Like we shall play, shan't we play? So shall not, the short form of shall not is shan't. So shan't we play? So here we are using the word not. I hope this thing is clear. Rule number 2, no auxiliary. If there is no auxiliary verb in a sentence, then we have to change it by using do, does, did, or don't, doesn't, didn't. Okay. Let us see how do we do that. Like he plays football. Does he play football? Okay. So like that. Doesn't he play football? Why are we using doesn't over here? Why this sentence is incorrect? Who will tell me? I am telling you that this sentence, does he play football, is incorrect. Why is it incorrect? Okay. Yes, Arav. Why do you think it is incorrect?
Ma'am, because the upper one is in positive form.
Yes. So what should we write in place of
It
does?
should be changed, while changing it, it should have a negative. It should be negative when it will
So
be
what should
transformed.
be the correct sentence?
Doesn't he play football?
Very good. So you have spotted the error very correctly. So here it will be doesn't he play football? Okay. Assume that it is written doesn't. Now next, they didn't play football yesterday. So here, did they play football yesterday? Why are we not using not over here? Because in the sentence, in the question, it is given not already. So the assertive sentence is in negative in nature. That is why while transforming it into interrogative, we are not using the word not. Now, rule number 3, if there is never used in the assertive sentence, to make an interrogative sentence, we will be using the question word and never is replaced by ever. So let us see how do we do it. I never drink tea. Do I ever drink tea? So never is changed into ever because we also have to change the assertive sentence. If it is in negative form, then we have to make it positive also. So bare interrogative. Never is changed into ever. Rule number 4, everybody, everyone, and all is replaced by who, don't, doesn't, or didn't. Okay, so when everybody, everyone like this, like these words are given, so you have to use who. Along with that, a negative word. Okay, so let us look at the examples. Everybody wishes to be happy. Who doesn't wish to be happy? So when everybody is there in a sentence or all is there in a sentence, then we have to use this question word who. So who doesn't wish to be happy? Everybody hates a liar. Who doesn't hate a liar? Right? So like that. Now, if there is nothing used in the assertive sentence, nothing word is used in the assertive sentence. To make it interrogative, sentence starts with auxiliary verb and nothing is replaced by anything. Let us look at the example. There was nothing to do. Was there anything to do? So we are starting the sentence with the auxiliary verb and we are changing the word nothing with anything. Replacing the word nothing with anything. Okay. Exclamatory to assertive we'll do tomorrow. Fine. So we have done. What all have we covered today? That how do we replace the adverb to with so that, how do we write a sentence by removing to, then we did how do we change the degrees of comparison in a sentence, and then we did changing a sentence from affirmative to negative and from assertive to interrogative. So all these 4 types of questions we have done. You people are required to solve the exercises based on these type of transformation, and you'll be getting the chapter PDF very soon, today only. So you can cross check also. Okay. Thank you.